Sonoma, California, and what was then Sears Point Raceway. Actually, this is the next stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour, and this is stop number 18 on the series. So we are officially halfway home for the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 19, and this is the second road course stop on the tour. So actually, like I said, this track used to be called Sears Point Raceway, but this actually is Sonoma. That's what we're just going to call it here. But we are here today for the running of the Fram Autolite 350K, as we're set for 17 laps of action here today, and here's the starting line for today's running event. On the pole, it is car number 94, Jessica Shelton in the McDonald's Ford, two-time winner of the season at Texas and again at Martinsville. And she's alongside Nick Baxter, not known as a road racer himself, but he's in a number 81 Square D Ford. He starts alongside. Pole speed, by the way, 90 miles per hour. So number 2 is Levi McIntyre, the only three-time winner this season so far in the NNSCRA Ford. Beside him, Kyle Langland in car number 25, the Bowenser Chevrolet. Third row has Cole Deaver in car number 3, the GM Grimmer Chevrolet, the winner this season at Atlanta. And beside him, Zachary Fitzwater in car number 29. Row number 4 has Alexander Rowe in car number 1, the Hooters Pontiac, and Charles Sanford, the Daytona 500 champion, in number 41. The fifth row will have another three-time winner this season. It's Kat Batson in the car number 88. She won his last race on the tour at Michigan, in addition also to her wins at Talladega and again at Riverside. So she won the first race on the road courses there. Jason Haywood flanks her in car number 21. Next row down, we'll have car number 44, Jonathan Sorlin, and number 23, Ryan George, the winner of the Coca-Cola 600. Next row down has car number 71, Kev Shearer, and he'll be alongside number 10, Ryan Acosta. Next row down has car number 43, Joshua Collard in the STP Pontiac, and two-time and winner this season at North Wilkesboro, Joshua Osborne. Next row down has Dylan Poteet in car number 22, and beside him, number 5, Phil Parker is alongside. Going the next row down has Michael Whitman in car number 24, and beside him will be Keith Badson in car 28. He's the defending race champion here at Sonoma in number 20 Texaco Haviland Ford. Next row down is Johnny Gardner, winner this season at Pocono in the Family Channel Prime Star Ford. Beside him will be car number 77, Chelsea Bowles, his teammate in the Jasper Engines Ford. Next row down has car number 75, Quentin Moore in the Remington Arms Ford. And car number 18, it'll be Paul Minnick, the winner this season at Bristol. Next row down is Preston Dive Bomb City Plord in car number 15, the Hayes Miltons Ford. And alongside of him, Dylan Young in the Miller Ford, car number 2. Next row down has Ashlyn Boyd in car number 9, the Spam Melling Ford. Beside him will be Kyle Matthews in car 42, the Coors Light Silver Bullet, winner this season at Rockingham. Going the next row down, we'll have Audra Baranowskis in car number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 19, Jesse Turner, and he's alongside. Next row down has Shane Lake in car 17, and number 7, it is Mike Becker. Going the next row down, we'll have car number 11, Patrick Smith in the Lowe's Ford, and beside him will be William Brock, who won the season over at California. Next row down has Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and she'll be alongside car number 90, Jordan Lopez in the Hollig Myers Ford. Next row down has JT Bryant in the Badcock Ford, car number 12, and beside him will be car number 98, Max Anderson in the RCA Ford. Going the next row down has the Lagacies, Jack Lagacy in car 87, the Burger King Chevrolet, and the number 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet of Al Lagacy, who won the season at Las Vegas. And starting shotgun in the field will be Glenn Duhit in car number 8 in the Circuit City Ford. He starts in the tail of the pack. So we are doing the long course here at Sonoma, California, in the near the long IndyCar style course, I should say, that the IndyCar cars use. So we'll be running turn 6, the carousel, on his course. This version does not have the chute that everybody else seems to use, because everybody else wants to be all about what's now in NASCAR. But anyway, we're set to go racing here today, and here comes command to fire the engines here today.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Don't you mean ladies and gentlemen, start your engines? After all, we do have a lady on the pole for this event here, and that is Jessica Shelton. She's won this track many times herself In fact, she's won on 3 of the road courses that we're running this season. She's won here at Sonoma, one has won at Riverside, and one has won at Watkins Glen. So, see what happens here on this racetrack here. Nick Baxter, this is his best start I think ever in this series. I think, to be honest, I know it's his best start this season. He started in car number 81. He starts on the outside pole. So, and of course, the good news for Nick Baxter, the outside lane, if you start on the outside pole, you do have a good shot at possibly taking the lead on the first lap. So, because there seems, although there has been times where the inside lane, the pole sitter, gets the initial jump. So, we'll see what happens here today. A round through turn number 11. Pace car has already ducked up on the pit road. Pit speed will be at 35 miles an hour as they come down to the start-finish line. And the in-car cameras today will be carried by Jessica Shelton, Levi McIntyre, and Cole Deaver. Green flag waves are underway here at Sonoma. And Nick Baxter does get the early lead, so car number 81 goes out in front. Nick Baxter yet to win a race this season. We've had 11 different winners. Actually, I think 12 different winners this season. I think is what we're having here this season. Nick Baxter or Kyle Langland looking to become the 13th different winner this season. So we'll see what happens here today. But he does have one of the best in Jessica Shelton running in second position right now. Shelton did not get off to a good start, and she's under the pressure of Kyle Langland in car 25. Everybody's gotten through the first few corners okay. Now they come off turn number 6. And down to what's one of the very, very few short straightaways here on his road course. Baxter comes through turn number 7, and Shelton closes in on him as they come down through turn number 7. Now they're going to go through the S's, and it's downhill. Basically, there's turn 8 right there. There's turn 8A. See right there, that's been a trouble spot in the past at Sonoma. Down through what would be turn number 9, and here comes turn number 10. That's Nick Baxter right there going off the 10th turn. And here they come, harder brakes. Whoa, baby! Turn 11. And down about first gear at 38 miles per hour through the 11th turn on this course at Sonoma, as Baxter leads the first lap of the race here today. Shelton running in second position again. Third is Langland. Fourth position right now is Zachary Fitzwater. Going fifth is Charles Sanford. Sixth position is Levi McIntyre, with Cole Deaver running in seventh position. Eighth is Jason Haywood. Ninth is Alexander Rowe. In 10th position is Ryan George. You're on board Cole Deaver's car. Winner this season at the Bass Pro Shops 500 down in Atlanta Motor Speedway. Trying to catch Levi McIntyre in for the 6th position. Deaver in 7th. Takes it gingerly down through the carousel part of the course, down to about as low as 84 miles an hour through there. They come off the 6th turn down, and he'll accelerate down to about 3rd gear. And stays in 3rd gear, now down to 2nd gear and 1st gear through turn 7, down at about 45 miles an hour through there, 44 actually. And see how fast he'll go through the S's. That's McIntyre just up ahead of him in car 99. 3rd gear, and he goes up to about 135 miles an hour through there. And he'll brake a little bit for turn 10, down about 98 miles an hour in 3rd gear. Now come down a little short straightaway. And here they come, hard on the brakes for turn 11. And Deaver takes just a slight bit wide, down about 36 miles an hour through there in 1st gear. Now accelerates onto the front stretch. And up to about 127 miles an hour through there in 3rd gear. And now this is going to be a trouble spot for some drivers to turn 2. And again, he'll take it down to 1st gear at about 47 miles an hour through there. So Sonoma is, as we often say, very twisty and it's a very twisty, turny course at Sonoma, California, without question. as Nick Baxter so far doing a good job holding off the challenge of Jessica Shelton. Baxter actually had a fast car in practice, believe it or not. Even though Shelton was the quickest in happy hour and got the pole, but Baxter has been running right with her. There is Ryan George currently running right now in 10th position. Right behind him is Ryan George. Or excuse me, behind him, I should say, is Ryan Acosta. So the Ryans running right together. George in 10th, Acosta in 11th. And there's one of two three-time winners this season, Kat Batson, running in 12th position right now in car 88. She won the season at Talladega, won the first road stop on the tour at Riverside, and she also won the last race on the tour at Michigan. And while McIntyre's 3 wins, as we look at Levi right now, there he is. His wins came at Darlington, and he also won at, I'm trying to think where else has he won. He won at Darlington this season, won at Richmond, and again at Dover. So Levi McIntyre looking pretty strong here. This season, he is currently the points leader coming into this race. He leads Johnny Gardner by 1 point coming into this event. And right now, he would extend his lead because Gardner right now runs in the 18th position at the moment. So, apparently the setup a little bit missed on the number 16 car. And there is where Johnny Gardner's at right now in the 18th position. He's running just ahead of the 24 of Michael Whitman. And right behind Whitman is his Hendrick teammate, Phil Parker. Whitman in 19th. Parker running in 20th. Just ahead of him is, just behind him, excuse me, is Quentin Moore in 21st position. In car number 75, that's the Morgan Shepherd cars he's driving from the 96 car set. So far, everybody's taking it very careful through turn number 7. And so single file racing, really, so not much action going on here at Sonoma as we continue to watch this battle for the lead going on between Nick Baxter and Jessica Shelton. And Baxter has been faster than Shelton, so see what happens here. They go through turn number 11. Baxter takes it nicely through there. Shelton trying to close right up a little bit as they come off turn number 12, and here to come through turn 12, excuse me. Baxter at 91.7 miles an hour, Shelton at 91.8. So Jess did close up a little bit on Baxter, but still plenty of racing left to go. There's 12 laps remaining in this event. So Shelton trying to feel Baxter out here as you're riding on board Jessica Shelton's car. Now, I'll say this for Baxter. If he does hold on, it'll be quite an upset on a place like Sonoma. And you see Shelton floors kind of playing that throttle just a little bit through the 6th turn, which is really what you do on the course, like on the through the carousel part of the course of Sonoma, is kind of play the throttle just a little bit. Not go too gently and not go too wild through there, I guess you might say. Take a look at the back of the pack of cars right there. There's the Legacy. There's Do Hit back behind. Some big names back there, too. William Brockback in 35th position, the winner this season in California. Mike Becker. Jesse Turner, he usually does do well on the road courses. He's 33rd right now. And he's been having some solid top 10s the last few races, but today here in Sonoma, not as good on this track. And the same thing, I guess you could say the same for Becca Tellier in the 6th car. She also has been running solidly the last few races. And she's not doing too well neither in 31st. Shane Lake in 30th. Kyle Matthews, who usually expect to see on the road courses. He is currently in 29th position. And a new leader, by the way, Jessica Shelton has taken the lead from Nick Baxter. And apparently something has gone awry on the Baxter machine in the 81 car. And in fact, he's nowhere to be found. Let's take a look at what happened to Nick Baxter. He was leading this race too. Take a look again as to what happened. He was leading the race. He was leading Shelton coming to the S's. In fact, Shelton was losing ground to Baxter, yeah. Yeah, mechanical problems has sidelined the 81 car as McIntyre's almost nailed the back of Shelton's car, and we are being told it is an engine failure on the 81 Square D Ford. So heartbreaker for Nick Baxter. He had an excellent qualifying run, was fast all through happy hour, and dominated races. Looked like he possibly could be in good shape for an upset win here today, but for Baxter, oh man, yeah, you gotta definitely feel for him for that one. Baxter had an excellent run here today. Had a shot for possibly becoming the 13th different winner this season. And that question may go on into Daytona for the Pepsi 400, which is next on the tour. In fact, 4 of the next 6 races on the season, counting this one, will be on road courses. After Daytona, they go to the Burke Lakefront Airport at Cleveland. Then after that race will be at Road America. Then they go to the Indianapolis for the Brickyard 400. And then after that will be at Watkins Glen. And then after that, we'll be done with the road course portion of the season. Except for Daytona and India, obviously. But right now, it's the queen of the road, Jessica Shelton, leading them all down. She, as we said, has won this race before many times as well. And Kyle Langland, who's fell back quite a bit in the points chase coming into this event, was actually at one time up as far as second place in the standings. He right now is running in second position at the moment. So after what's happened to the leader of Nick Baxter, wouldn't be given the win to Jessica Shelton just yet, because the same thing problem could befall her. But sometimes on a track like this, is not really very likely. Coming up on 10 laps to go in this race here at Sonoma, this time by Langland's in second. Fitzwater, you got to give him a shot. He's running in third position right now. So Zachary Fitzwater, last season's 600 victory winner at Charlotte, having a very good run here today. Going in fourth position is Charles Sanford. Sanford usually very good road racer himself. Going behind him is the car of Levi McIntyre. He's in fifth. Sixth is Jason Haywood. Seventh right now is Alexander Rowe. Ryan George is in eighth. Ninth is Ryan Acosta. And 10th right now is Cat Batson. We're detecting problems on the Cold Deaver car. And the yellow flag has flown here at Sonoma too for the first time today. And Deaver's got on pit road right now. Cold Deaver is running in seventh position. And he also looks like he's have some kind of a failure on the car too. Comes down through turn number 11. And apparently something broke on the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He was in sixth place when this happened. And the car stopped on the road, and that's what caused the yellow flag to fly. And it was a piston failure on the Deaver machine. So another engine failure that has hit Sonoma, California, has hit Sonoma. First, Nick Baxter, the leader, and now sixth place Cole Deaver has blown up. And there you see the cars now passing through the yellow flag. That's Shelton, the leader of the race. So we've seen basically so we actually already saw the cause of the yellow flag. Cole Deaver stopping on the racetrack here, and that's what caused the first yellow flag to fly on the 10th lap here at Sonoma, California. So we are on a single file restart. Nobody's a lap down, thankfully. Or else if we had a double file restart on a track like Sonoma, that would be a kind of a craziness per se. And since this is a very narrow racetrack, as well. So you got a few passing opportunities as well, but of course, but for all intents and purposes, it's very difficult to pass. Now, usually we would have the traditional standing start, tile start, side start with glitches we got right there. It is right there. And that can cause some damaged up hoods as well, as we've seen in the past. And the green flag is out, and we got a gaggle of cars out there. There's Stanford on the outside of Fitzwater to go down to into turn number 2, side by side through there. Rose Rose behind him, as is the 99 of Levi McIntyre. Langland got a good start himself there. He's behind Shelton in second, and side by side Stilbert third position between Sanford and Fitzwater. Side by side through turn number 6. Let's see what happens down through there. Fitzwater inside's got the third lane at the moment as they come off the turn. And I think if Sanford stays alongside it, that could be bad news for Fitzwater as they go into turn number 7. McIntyre, meanwhile, is trying to... Yep, he's going behind Sanford at the moment. Through turn number 7, Sanford has the inside lane to his advantage. On board with Levi McIntyre in 99. He's behind Fitzwater now in 7th. And there's the front bumper cam from Levi McIntyre's car. Six laps to go here in the Fram Autolite 350K. So Fitzwater stays 4th. McIntyre now at the 5th position there. Sanford now takes 3rd position away. And right now, Kyle Langland right now is seeing Jessica Shelton getting smaller and smaller from his vision, as you now take a ride with Jessica Shelton in number 94. Off the 6th turn she goes. Now she comes down through the straightaway. And down to about 44 miles an hour through turn number 7, just like we saw a few other drivers do. Shelton taking it very smooth through here at this portion of the track on this track. Langland is set in 2nd position right now in 25. 3rd is Sanford. There he is in 41. Fitzwater's in 4th. 5th right now is McIntyre. Going 6th is now Ryan Acosta, number 10. 7th is Alexander Rowe in number 1. He's been a pleasant surprise here today. Going 8th is Jonathan Zorlin. 9th right now is Kat Badson. And 10th right now is Joshua Osborne in number 37. He's in 10th place right now. He came in his race right now riding 6th in the standings coming in. So Osborne having a pretty good season at this point. Poteet's in 11th. 12th is now Kev Shearer. Michael Whitman at the 13th now in the Jeff Gordon colors. Johnny Gardner of the 14th now trying to hold off the self-proclaimed road racing ace in our competition, Joshua Collard. And number 43, he's in 15th. Quentin Moore, 16th. 17th right now is Phil Parker. 18th, Preston Plord. 19th is Keith Batson. And going 20th right now is Ashlyn Boyd in number 9. He's moved his way up there. Audra Baranowskis in 21st position. 22nd is Chelsea Bowles. Dylan Young, 23rd. 24th is now Paul Minnick. Kyle Matthews up to 25th right now. He's picked up a couple spots since we last talked about him. Shane Lake in 26th. 27th is Becca Tellier. 28th is Patrick Smith. 29th, Mike Becker. And Jesse Turner rounds out the top 30 at this race at the moment. And Ryan George in 39th position. And oh, Jason Haywood's on pit road. And Jason Haywood's got problems with number 21 Sitco Ford as he's sitting on pit road. So that's the third car to have some sort of mechanical failure on his machine. And two of them have been a Ford product as well, the 81 and the 21 cars, along with Cole Deaver's Chevrolet. And right now the lead growing to 1.64 seconds now, so it's now a 1 2/3 of a second advantage for Jessica Shelton. As she's right now, as we said, taking it very smooth through this course here through turn number 7. Kyle Langland's in second position. Third is still in second position right now, having one of his best runs. He's been second quite a few times this season. He almost pulled it off in a couple races. Almost pulled it off at Atlanta, and he was second to Shelton at Texas the last time he finished second this season. So he's been close to winning a couple times there. So Langland's had a strong car. A whole lot stronger than he had last season. Even though despite last season, he won the last 2 races of the season at Phoenix and Homestead. But Langland has been looking pretty strong in that number 25 Budweiser Chevrolet. Three laps to go, and of course, the words you want to hear from your spotter when you're leading, you're out front and you're pulling away. And that's what Shelton's doing now. She has checked out on Kyle Langland, 2.17 seconds. So she has got a very substantial lead right now on the second place car. But we've seen strange things happen at Sonoma before. So as we said, a lot can happen. Top 5, in fact, still status quo. Sanford remains third. Fourth remains Fitzwater. And fifth is still Levi McIntyre, who you are now riding along with in the 99 car, trying to catch Fitzwater in 29. And by the way, the logo you saw in the first of the video, by the way, the new Castrol GTX Cup Series logo, special thanks to Levi McIntyre for making that, as a matter of fact. Forgot to mention that in the first of the video, but anyway. There he is coming off the turn right now. Trying to close up on Fitzwater at the moment here. Down about 36 miles an hour through turn number 11. Charles Samer leading this train of cars between he, Fitzwater, McIntyre. Those 3 cars now down to 2 laps to go now. And the lead still growing. It's now 2.63 seconds between Jessica Shelton and Kyle Langland. Langland, without question, having his best road course run of his career in the Castrol GTX Cup Series at the moment. So you definitely got to give an attaboy to Kyle Langland for that for this one too. Driving the number 25 Budweiser Chevrolet for Rick out of the Hendrick Motorsports stable. His teammates, however, his teammates are in the top 20, but not as running as good though. Michael Whitman in 13th position, and Phil Parker. Then the 5 car running in 17th. So that's where the Hendrick cars are running right now. 2, 13, and 17 at the moment. But Langland is running out of time, and he is hoping, not wishing it, not hoping, and of course I'm sure he's not hoping any bad luck out of Jessica Shelton. But but you could bet he's kind of hoping for a blown motor out of that number 94 car because right now Shelton is running very, very strong at the moment. And there is Jessica Shelton. She's about to get set to take the white flag here in the Fram Autolite 350K as she comes down through turn number 11, floors the throttle, and white flag is out for Jessica Shelton. 1 lap remaining here in Sonoma, California. As we said, she's won here many times before, and this will be just yet another chapter in the road course legacy for the lady from South Carolina as they come down through turns 3 and 3A. Now through through a very sharp turn number 4. Up through turn 5, up and down the hill she goes. On board Shelton's car, as she's got about a half a lap left to go. And down about 44 miles an hour through turn number 7. And by the way, her lead grew to 3.2 seconds the last time by. So like I said, she has absolutely all but checked out from the field here today as she comes down through turn number 8A, now through turn number 9. Up to about almost 140 miles an hour through the S's here. Now she comes off the 10th turn. She goes. 1 more turn to negotiate. Turn number 11. And off of turn number 11 she goes, and now down the front straightaway she goes through turn number 12, and you are as you ride on board Jessica Shelton's car as she wins the Fram Autolite 350K. So for Shelton, she becomes the 3rd 3-time winner this season here, joining Levi McIntyre and Becca and Kat Batson to the list. Kyle Langland, a great day for him. 2nd place for him in the 25 car. Charles Sanford will come home 3rd. 4th to Zachary Fitzwater, a great day for him as well in the 29 car. And championship leader Levi McIntyre will finish in 5th position. Going 6th place will be Ryan Acosta, a good day for him. His best run, I think, since Daytona. 7th to Alexander Rowe, 8th to Jonathan Zorlin, 9th to Kat Batson, and Joshua Osborne rounds out the top 10 in today's event. So average speed 82.391 miles an hour as Jessica Shelton grabs her 3rd victory of the season. So as 18 races are now in the books for the Castrol GTX Cup Series. For season 19, Dylan Poteet comes home in a nice 11th place run for him. 12th to Kev Shear, 13th Michael Whitman, Johnny Gardner 14th. Joshua Collard will come home in 15th position. Quentin Moore 16th, 17th to Phil Parker, 18th to Preston Plord, 19th Keith Batson, and 20th to Ashlyn Boyd. A good day for him as well. Rest of the finishing order here today. 21st, we go to Audra Baranauskas. 21st to 22nd to Chelsea Bowles. 23rd, Dylan Young. 24th, Paul Minnick. Kyle Matthews, not his best run on the road course ever, in 25th position. So I'm sure Matthews will want to trash that road course setup the next time for the next road course tour race on the tour at Cleveland. Shane Lake, 26th. 27th, Becca Tellier. 28th, Patrick Smith. 29th, Mike Becker. 30th, Jesse Turner. 31st, Al Lagacy. 31st position will go, or 32nd will go to William Brock. Jordan Lopez, 33rd. JT Bryant, 34th. Glenn Duhit from last to 35th. Max Anderson, 36th. Jack Legacy, 37th. 38th. And last car to finish, Ryan George. Last of the finishers, Jason Haywood, 39th, with a clutch problem on his Sitco Ford. So clutch gave out on his machine. And 2 engine failures, Cole Deaver and Nick Baxter, were the last of the finishers in today's event. So it goes to show you, road courses are tough on engines, brakes, and plenty other things here today. But one But the one driver that troubles never hit her, and that was Jessica Shelton, as she wins the Fram Autolite 350K. And if you so next race on the tour will be the Pepsi 400 at Daytona International Speedway. Way back where it all began on the season for the mid season classic. So if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got indoor races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA sets cold desires for this channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's offline series as well. As please be sure to check out Seth's Tax Layer Truck series, Pizza Hut X series, and Hershey's Cup series. Please be sure to check those races out. And you will not regret it. Here is what I'm trying to say here. And some of the best offline series can be found here in the NNSCRA. So so that's the story from Sonoma, California. Here as we'll see at Daytona National Speedway for the Pepsi 400. For now, this is James Claus. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.